The Turnbull government is focused on the issues that affect every Australian, particularly on making sure we deliver our plan for tax relief to lighten the burden on households and Australians who are earning an income. Since the election of the Turnbull government, 1 million new jobs have been created, which have clearly delivered for those millions of Australians seeking work and to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. When you compare the record of the Turnbull government and its focus very clearly on job creation and providing tax relief to lighten the burden on household incomes, to the plan that's being put forward by the Labor opposition, Bill Shorten's opposition, which is to create $200 billion worth of new taxes on households, on basic bills, on electricity, and across the board, it's quite clear the focus about where the Turnbull government is, which is on the interests of average Australians.
In terms of delivering on tax, so Cory Bernardi yesterday, even Cory Bernardi, has said that in terms of company tax, the government needs to overhaul the legislation. How is the government going to deliver on tax when the Senate crossbench is everywhere?
Well, we always work with the Senate crossbench when Labor blocks or stymies any attempts to pass legislation. Our hope is that the legislation will be passed in its current form because the Labor Party will work with the government to deliver tax relief to Australians so that we can do things like lower the cost or lower the tax bill on people's household incomes, so they'll have more spending, they'll have more spending power and more discretionary income.
I'll go ahead and ask you this question. There are reports that that some within the coalition are considering perhaps splitting the election so that there's an early Senate election in order to fix the crossbench, so to speak. Have you heard any chatter in terms of that?
I haven't heard any chatter about that, and I don't think it's a credible rumour mill throughout this place. There's always people in politics who want to suggest ideas about how they think they can brilliantly solve the electoral challenges of any political party or any government. The focus of the government is squarely and clearly on making sure we're addressing tax relief for Australians and Australian households and delivering those 1 million new jobs and more to make sure that we have Australians standing on their own 2 feet, confident in their household and their spending, and being able to drive the economic plan and growth that this country needs.
So we found out yesterday that senior coalition figures intervened in the pre-selection process of Anne Sudmalis. If senior Liberals realise that they have an image problem in terms of the representation of women in the party, why not enforce stricter targets?
Well, we're a grassroots political movement and everybody has the right and the say, if they're a member of a Liberal Party, to participate in pre-selections and to have their say. And that's the basis in which candidates are selected. That was the basis in which I was selected as a candidate for Goldstein. Now, we, of course, always want to make sure we're reflecting the full diversity of the Australian community and make sure that we have strong and effective representation. That's what Anne Sudmalis puts forward for her electorate, and that's what all our MPs seek to do for their electorate. I'm a supporter of making sure we encourage more women to enter into politics, but it has to come from our grassroots democratic process. Compared to what happens in the Australian Labor Party, where you see unions deciding who is going to be a candidate, who is going to be the person who serves in Parliament, despite the interests of local members and grassroots democracy. And it doesn't just come with the candidates, it comes with a wish list and a demand. And so when you get union candidates getting elected to Parliament by the Labor Party, you get union candidates and union demands in the Lodge and in the Parliament.
And I'll just ask you on those reports regarding the ADF. So that's accusations of rape, revenge porn and child abuse in just 6 months as a result of a Freedom of Information request from the Herald Sun. So are these issues endemic to the ADF, and what needs to happen here?
Well, I've seen those reports and they're deeply disturbing, and I think everybody would accept that such culture is completely unacceptable to the government, to the Australian people, and that we expect a full investigation. We do know that there have been reviews and reform within the defence system recently to make sure that these types of allegations are found out about and proper and appropriate action is taken. When it comes to matters related to criminal matters in the civilian population, the police investigate and take action and make sure there's prosecution. The same processes exist within the Defence Forces. They have to investigate these allegations, follow through with them, and if appropriate, take them to prosecution.
Thank you.
We're happy on a, was it Thursday morning?
Yeah.
All right.